We'll resume regular session. Make a motion. We go into executive pursuant 1 MRS 4051E to consult with the town's attorney regarding the board's legal rights and duties in connection with animal control issues. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. Because we don't have anything else. But
A long day today. You had your thingy this morning, right? The inspection or the.
yeah, the ADA assessment. That when he sends that, it's Mike Latour. When he sends that, make sure it gets forwarded to you and John and
This is recording.
oh, I make a motion, we recess the selectmen's meeting until we resume at 5:30 for our regularly scheduled meeting.
I second.
All in favor? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna resume the selectmen's meeting. Started actually at about 9 o'clock this morning. We've had multiple sessions. All rise for the pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, at 9 a.m. this morning, we had Mike Latour from Allied Universal for the assessment on this building and the community center. He finished that up right around 3-ish, somewhere in there, I thought. About the time, so
304. Oh,
no,
for the assessment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
so between 2:30 and 3. A couple of days by the end of the week, we should have the assessment back, and that will be publicized. We had an executive session at 1 p.m. today with the town's attorney, and according to 1 MRS 4051E, town's attorney regarding the board's legal rights and duties in connection with animal control issues, and a statement from the town's attorney. At this, Mr. Merrill, at this point, based on the evidence we have concern about our ability to be successful in court. So it is recommended that you provide as much evidence as you have for consideration. Okay. Minutes. I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from October 8th. Second. All in favor? Okay. Is it okay to go ahead and start the public hearing now for the general assistance and then just wrap it up by the time we're done?
I think you could, as long as you are still here at 6 in case somebody had any concerns.
Well, I'm hoping we're gonna be here. All right, I'm gonna
That's right.
open the public hearing on enacting the general assistance ordinance for the town of Brownfield. It'll be dated for 15 October 2024. If anyone is interested in the general assistance ordinance, it is here for your review, and we will leave this open until we adjourn the meeting. Mr. Rosas.
I am not John Luca.
Okay.
I'm Scott, but I'm here in John Luca's place.
Okay.
The Center for Ecology-Based Economy. I'm busy tonight up in Hampton,
Okay.
working on a public engagement session for the Community Science Partnership.
All right. So you have a presentation to give us.
Up here. Few things for you guys to look at. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the Community Resilience Partnership.
I'm not.
No.
Thank you.
I'm not, so who is Gianluca in contact with?
She just sent it generally to the Board of Selectmen.
Okay. So, yeah, so I'm with the Center for an Ecology-Based Economy in Norway. My name is Scott Blunt, I'm the director there. We have been a service provider for the state of Maine in the Community Resilience Partnership since it started in 2022. We're working with right now our 16th town. We have a cohort of 4 towns, Canton included, which is why they're not here tonight. And we're looking, there's probably one more round of service provider support to get more towns enrolled in the program. We've brought about $1 million in funding out to Western Maine for communities to build resiliency in their towns to weather impacts primarily. A lot of towns are doing assessments on their infrastructure, and a lot of other towns are just looking at energy savings around solar and putting heat pumps in their offices, weatherization projects. There's about 70 different grants you can apply for. Pretty straightforward process. We do an assessment of the town. There's a couple of things we just sit down with you guys and kind of go through this whole list of your resiliency as it currently exists. Then we do a couple of public sessions. If we could get this many people to show up, it would be amazing. You would probably be the second most active town we've worked with. I think Otisfield was #1. We had about 40 people come up. Usually it's a handful, a dozen or so people from the town. Now we have some discussions about what the needs of the town are, where there's some opportunities to work. Again, there's 70 different grants you can apply for, or 70 different, it's the same grant, but 70 different actions you can apply for. Fully funded, they're up to 75,000 now. They were 50 before. Now you can get up to $75,000. We do all the work. Basically, we get you enrolled. We lead the engagement sessions. We write the grant for you, and hopefully you get some funding to help. I would imagine Brownfield got hit pretty hard in some of our big weather events last year, or have some energy costs that you'd like to lower. So that's basically how the program works. This sheet shows you what we've done with a lot of the other towns. I'm sure that we must have sent you the link to the state's program that you can click through and see what all the possible different community actions that you can apply for. Pretty straightforward process. So far, we've done really well on getting grants for the towns. And I'm just here to answer any questions and hope you guys. We need to get this. We need to. Basically, we just need a letter of intent. I've got this is like a kind of a sample letter of intent, but we have to get something on the town's letterhead to this effect that just says you want to work with us to enroll in the program. We send it to the state. We apply for the grant. So far, we've been batting 1,000 on that grant. The state loves us. We do good work with the towns, and then we'll probably sometime in the spring we start working with the town, and then I'm not sure exactly when this next round of community resilience grants would begin, but probably sort of late spring we'd be send for a grant, or maybe early summer we're applying for a grant on your behalf.
Could I ask your last name again?
It's Laun, V like Victor, Laun. It's on the bottom of the sheet. The first sheet.
Thank you.
And Claire Emmerich is our community resilience coordinator who currently leads this project. And Gianluca De La Rosa is a service fellow we have in the state of Maine. Basically volunteer for the Youth Optimizations program. Young man from Argentina who's just a recent college graduate from Bates, working on our team, and we'll be helping with the engagement sessions and stuff.
Okay, 2 things I'd like to read out to the public. On the back of the page that he handed is frequently asked questions. What will this cost? Since CEBE's work as a service provider is funded by the state, we offer this support at no cost to the town. If your town wants support that falls outside of our scope of work, e.g. grant writing after your first application or project implementation, we can discuss payment options. This here is a commitment letter of intent, sorry. What are we committing to by signing a letter of intent to work with CEBE? The letter of intent commits your town to working with CEB as a service provider enrolling in the partnership and submitting a grant applications. Towns should not commit to joining our cohort if they are unsure about enrolling in the partnerships. What is required of towns that enroll in the partnership or receive grant funding? Partnership requirements to maintain active status in the program. Every 2 years, communities must submit an updated community resilience, self-evaluation, and list of completed community actions. A community may choose to become inactive if they no longer wish to participate. Grant requirements. Communities that receive grants must submit quarterly grant reports and a final case study. These reports contain simple questions about how much has been spent, progress on each project task, and lessons learned during the quarter. And then there's a list, Bethel, Casco, Hanover, Hartford, Norway, Otisfield. Otisfield has actually done quite a bit. South Paris, Stoneham, Sumner, West Paris, Woodstock, and current cohort consists of Canton, Harrison, Naples, and Temple. Will apply in December of 24. So, yeah. Yes.
So, we've got some, heating and cooling problems in this building and over in the community center. So, would this group help us obtain grant money to address those?
Yes, absolutely. That's one of the things, one of the reactions. A lot of towns are putting heat pumps, taking out old heating equipment, putting heat pumps. Usually comes out of some weatherization stuff. If you got, like within Sumner, they have this really leaky windows and things. So with some weatherization, we're looking at check out their oil burners.
So, Scott, so Scott, would you come in and do the assessment, or do you have somebody come in and do the
We had
assessment?
somebody, we had an energy assessor come in and do it. Typically great. Listen, we can recommend contractors for a lot of different projects.
Yes.
One thought was, this sounds like it's something that, people on the comprehensive plan implementation committee would be interested in doing. I'm wondering whether at one of our upcoming meetings, Scott would be willing to come, or Jean Paula, like Jean-Luc might be willing to come and talk with the group. Because those are some of the things that we have in the plan, and we could sure use some help implementing some of them.
A number of towns have done as part of it. You can do multiple things for each grant cycle. For $75,000, I mean, it's $25,000 more than other towns have had. Some towns have had up to 4 things in one grant cycle, and one of the things is to do a climate action plan that's also often tied in or referenced in the comprehensive plan. So you could have things in your comprehensive plan reference a climate action plan that could be developed out of this funding. We've actually contracted with some of the towns to lead that process. That said, we have to get a commitment from the town by November, but the process would go a lot longer. We'd be happy to come and talk to your comp planning committee or whoever, or involve them, get them out for the community engagement sessions, or make sure that everybody's on the same page. The more the merrier. I mean, we've had some really robust conversations with the communities about what's important to each community, and it's been very different. Lakes are all about protecting their lakes, especially if their tax base is built around their lakefront stuff, because we've seen a lot of warming in the lakes and more intense runoff and stuff. So people are interested in mitigating those situations, or it's just all over. Can be a lot of different things.
So what are we committing to? So if we decide to sign on with this, we're supposed to be prepared to apply for grants, you mean?
Yeah, so what you're committing to is just cooperating with us, basically. So we're gonna come and ask whoever's kind of like, often it's the road commissioner or the fire department or the police department, whoever kind of has the most knowledge, if there's a town manager, to go through the assessment of the town, like all the things that you've done in the town, or And usually it's a lot of like, no, we haven't thought of this yet. It's all this kind of climate resilience stuff. And that takes an hour maybe to go through that, but we just need access to people to sit down with and do that. And then we do 2 community engagement sessions to have these conversations. And we would ask that the town publicizes that, put it on your website, post it. Just so people in the town try to help us get people out for that, provide the space for us to do it. We could do it right in this room. We bring refreshments and we bring out, we usually do a virtual and then in person. We have a Zoom owl we'll stick in the room. So if people want to Zoom in, that can't get out for the meeting, they can Zoom into it. We try to get as many people involved. So just help us do all that. And then when we get to writing the grant, just to, read over the grant, and because through those 2 sessions, we'll come up with priorities, but it's up to you people as the select board to make the final decision. We're going to apply for heat pumps, we're going to apply for weatherization, we're going to apply to do a climate committee. Once you give us that information, we go and write the grant. We'll send it to you, read this over, what do you think? Oh, change this, change that, we'll fix it, we'll get everything, this grant submitted for you. And then after that, it's up to you guys to kind of implement the grant. In some cases, towns have asked us to, kind of lead some of that implementation. We'll literally write ourselves into the grant to help you out. And then in some cases, like the town of Otisfield hired us to write their next grant for them because they didn't have grant writing expertise in the town. They wanted to apply for another grant. And so we wrote it for them and they got the grant.
So any of these grants we put in for, is there a percentage we have to put in towards
There's
it?
no match,
Okay.
but you can use these grants to match other funding. And there's a regional coordinator that will be constantly updating you on other potential funding opportunities. There's a lot of money coming through right now for a lot of this resilience planning. State just got 72 million in federal funds for resilience work. A lot of it's coastal, but there's going to be a tranche of money. So you wanted to do like a road assessment, and then there was money to like do some of the implementation of replacing culverts or something. You could use this money as a match for that. So Claire's much better at, she knows this is her job full time. I have a lot of other things going on, but she could help, kind of work the whole grant thing to, use this one. There's no match for this grant. It's just they pay for the project.
I'm sorry, did I hear you correctly? Did you say refreshments?
We're gonna make cookies and so,
Yeah,
Yes,
if we have requirements that similar to other towns, would we be able to have access to their stuff, just as an example of what to flow with?
yeah, I mean, Claire is like an encyclopedia of everything that every town has done. So as we start talking about this, sure, if you wanted to do like Casco, for instance, they're kind of an outlier. They wanted to look at their town to make it safe for pedestrians and cyclists. That was their main thing. They've had a number of people die on bikes, they're riding bikes or walking, and so they put their whole $50,000 into planning. If you're like, well, we would like to do that, we'll pull their report right out. We've hired this whole consultancy to work on that project. If it was, whatever, if we've got other towns that we've done similar things, we could certainly leverage, and we'll cut and paste out of this graph that we've already written.
So good base to tap into.
You know, the other,
For the accidents out here,
for which,
the accidents that are out here, mitigation on those. Casco 302, that's state road. See what they do with that.
We'll work with Willie to, for a field trip to invite everybody to Allen Day Community Garden in Norway. It'd be a good hub to get the community together, because we're working on a food forest out there.
Oh, yes, I recognize you.
Yeah.
We've done, there's a town of Otisfield, a gardening project, a community garden project. There's a lot of things in this. You can go on the state website here. There's just look up Maine Community Resilience Partnership and you click on that community action grants, but there's a lot of them around food security stuff. So there's a lot of different things.
We have a great hub out there for us to see what they did, how we could do it in our community.
Is there a website that maybe you'll post on the town site so that we can?
Yep,
go?
Yep. We'll get it on the website tomorrow. This website. Yeah,
Does your funding, source of funding come from federal, state, philanthropic sources?
It's state, it's from the governor's office of policy innovation in the future. So Maine has Maine won't wait is the state's climate action plan, which is just about to be, the new climate action plan will be out shortly. And this was like the state saying, look, we've done all this work to make this climate action plan. We're not just gonna put this plan on the shelf. We're gonna put some funding behind implementing this in our communities and making sure our communities have the opportunity to access, to do some of these things that we're recommending. And so they created this program. We have over 200
What's that?
towns now in Maine that are.
Like, yeah, Victor could have more, yeah.
Projects.
And,
Sounds great.
is it possible for a town to reply in consecutive
Maybe
years?
we'll try.
Yep. Once you are enrolled, you.
Yeah, whatever you
you
said, whatever you
don't
want
have to apply,
to,
have to apply for a single cycle so far. Except for the very first one, because we weren't a service provider then, the state opened the service provider grants, then the community action grant at the same time. So the only towns that could apply were towns that had grants
next week.
already.
Just letter of
to do
intent
grants,
for
to
this.
apply for grants and stuff, so a few towns
Please.
are able to apply. We actually act with other service providers in Norway, so we were based in the first cycle, which handful of towns, but after that, we've got a dozen service providers like us all over the state, so.
When you refer to cycle, are you talking an annual basis?
It started out as a 6-month cycle and now it's like, I think 8 to 10 months or so. It's kind of been pushing it around with where they're funding us. A lot of this is federal funding that's coming through the state. So it's a little bit, complicated for things. Okay. Sounds good. So we just need by the first of the month, we need to get that letter and then we'll be in touch as soon as we get our service provider grant. And like I said, it would probably be in the spring, we'd start looking with you guys to get you going.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you.
Any
Thank
other
you, yeah.
questions? Just feel free to reach out. You have our email on here.
Mhm.
I am gonna. You guys carry on with your work. I gotta get back to Greenwood, the hall.
Yeah, they'll have copies of those.
You guys I could give you what I've got left
You don't
here, pass them around, you can make copies, yeah, there's the letter. But yeah, take those with me. Didn't realize you had so many books out here tonight, it's good to see. Yeah, when we do the engagement session, please come out, the more the merrier. Really, it's kind of fun. Excellent. Then you get to meet Claire and Gianluca. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, appreciate that.
And here's your folder.
All right. Flynn, do you have anything? Thank you for the expenditure report. Very nice. As usual.
No, I don't have anything. Tax bill payments have been rolling in. We got about 150,000 in the past 2 days. And so we've been getting, so we've been coming in, which has been great.
Did y'all hear that? We're rolling into money.
Yeah.
That's what I was coming at you.
Okay. All right. Okay, into the correspondence folder, October 22nd. Is the Brownfield Planning Board meeting. The public hearing for Clean Green. Pre-app meetings for Sebago Technics. We got that. This room here, Chief came in, max capacity in this room is 25. It will be posted on the door. I'm not sure if he got to the community center for the gym. Yeah, I need that building done, that room done as well, please.
It was done, it was posted on the board, someone took it down, but
Yeah.
it used to be there.
Yeah, I remember that. As soon as you come in the door on the right hand side, it used to be right there. So,
That's seated, they would have more standing.
okay, Terry, you had, Bart and Mike Moulton have generously donated a large number of tulip bulbs for a Brownfield Library fundraiser. They have requested that any bulbs left over after sale be donated for planting on library and or town property. I have
Guys,
got a couple extras, huh? Um, this email is from Terry Egan. I have several volunteers who have offered to do this planning should the opportunity be there after the sale, which is scheduled for Saturday, October 19th at 4 at the community center. I wanted to check in about getting the okay to do this. Planting on town property, most likely the two spots where we have done some gardening work previously, in front of the town office and under the sign name Brownfield Community Center. Any issues with that?
No,
Sure, not a bit. Ma'am, you have permission.
Great, thank you.
And Alvina, if you would, put this on the website.
Mhm.
No, just leave it in here.
Yeah, you can, no, I'll take it. Once I have to take action on what I have in front of me.
I can send it to you electronically. If that's easy, don't you know?
Oh, sure.
Flyer.
All right, thank you.
Public Safety Building Committee meeting minutes they were posted 10/9. Public notice, Brownfield Select Board and the Comprehensive Plan Implementation Committee. October 22nd, we're gonna have the 5:30 to 6:30 meeting. Oh, no, that's a different topic. We're gonna have the select board meeting over at the community center, which is next week. At 6, there's gonna be Eric Jorgensen from the Department of Housing and John Egan from the Genesis Fund to give us a quick informational deal on affordable housing in the state of Maine. So, and that is in the Shoppers Gallery and on the website. Correct. So we'll get there. Page.
Is that a question and answer for that guy that's coming?
I believe it is, yes.
Nice, okay, I thought I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. The paving contract was re-signed today. We have to sign the Stone Mountain Arts Center liquor license renewal. So everybody knows that these licenses, this is just a courtesy to the town. The state issues the license, not the town. This is a courtesy so that the town knows that they serve booze. So. Okay, we're gonna wait on this because I talked to her about it going till the end of the fiscal year, not April 1st.
Oh,
I didn't catch up with that. I haven't changed it like 3 times already.
Yeah, because it's got here. Oh, no, yeah, you did change it. So we're good with this?
Mhm.
Did you review it?
I,
It was all the changes. that-
I've talked with one about it.
Yeah, so. All right, we're gonna sign or vote on the 1-year cleaning contract, which actually started April of this year. For the cleaning of the community center and the town office. We extended it to read, well, first the contract wasn't signed, a bid was accepted, no contract was signed. So this is a contract and we extended it to the 6/30, the end of the fiscal year, so that we're good for that. So I'll make a motion that we accept And continue this one year cleaning a contract with the current cleaners.
Second,
All in favor?
thanks.
Last week, folks, we had motioned and voted for the website design. That's the contract for this, and the motion and vote for the trio upgrade. That is this one here. This is the signature requirements. Hey, this is the same as what we just got. Proof of this. And resiliency. It came from Melanie Nash at Southern Maine. Yeah, this is the 75,000 community action grant. Yeah. The October 30th at 6:30, the select board will be meeting with the Friends of Rec Committee at their normally scheduled meeting. Let's see. Okay, the sign committee members, Whit, Lucy, Chad Pine, Joe Egan, Deb Tate, and Lynn Boyle will meet at 10:15 following the Board of Selectmen's meeting, which is tonight. The next public safety building committee meeting will be 10:17 at 6 p.m. here. The budget committee meeting will be Monday, 10:21 at 6 p.m. here. Callista Cross will be at the Board of Selectmen's meeting on 10:22, reason Veterans Bridge. 10:22, the affordable housing discussion at the Selectmen's meeting at the community center. Safety committee members, Bill, Flynn, Lynn Boyle, Richie Welch, Cliff, Dicky, Alvina, and Willie. Meeting will be 11:12 at 4:30 p.m. wherever you all designated it with. Safety training with Safety Works for all town employees will be 11:19 at 8:30 a.m.
That meeting, at 4:30 on the 12th for the safety.
Yep.
Will be here in this room just before the select board meeting.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's department heads, and he figured that was a good way to,
Well, that works. Somebody come in here and heckle
pardon
them.
me?
Come in and heckle
You get police across here. That meeting is also going to be community center. the same day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
them. Yeah, she had sent us an email. She was going to present us with some award. Before. So. Okay. So that is still.
Thank you.
Okay. You have anything else?
I'm good.
Well, on the general assistance, yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you and Frank's experience and knowledge and patience. Yeah, and the general assistance, on the Maine Municipal Association, June, publication.
Yeah.
They mentioned something on general assistance. And just the final paragraph of the summation, it says, because general assistance from the state's gonna be cut, seems like.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says, no one will argue that providing care of any kind to the most vulnerable populations in our state is a daunting task. However, until adequately caring for those residents through the state mandated program becomes a priority from the state, municipal officials will be left to continue providing those services without additional assistance for themselves, town officials, or the taxpayers of the community. So, you know, if there are some tax increases or not drops happening, then part of that would be this, there's less assistance for less aid for general assistance from the state.
Yeah, we get what, 80% reimbursement now?
We were getting 80%.
80%. Yeah.
And they give a whole explanation of why legislative bills and everything else that didn't pass for it. But because people are concerned about the tax bills, and that's one of the things that might affect them.
Okay. Well, the town voted in to raise and appropriate $5,000 for the general assistance line. Yeah. So hopefully we can help out the needy.
They have to qualify. That's the whole thing in it, in the nutshell. With general assistance, you have to meet some pretty stiff guidelines, and there's not a whole lot of wiggle room. So.
No, I'm almost set, thanks.
Have to sign that, so don't adjourn till you sign it.
I just looking to ask those guys.
I'm all set.
Anybody? Yes.
I just wanted to ask you guys, to, look into the Maine School Garden Network. And, so I could talk with Willie more about, getting them on board with our community garden. The Allen Day Community Garden, the guy that was here presenting to you guys, he's, involved with that too. They're also a part of the Maine School Garden Network. That's MSN or MSGN.org. And there are a bunch of other nonprofits on board, like retreeus.org as well, that's where we got our 2 fruit trees out here. And they're all in the loop. I'm glad they came today. That's a big group of the people that I've been telling you guys about over the years that I've been trying to get on board over here. I'm really glad to see they came out. I'd like to do a field trip with Willie in the rec center to the Allen Day Community Garden and get the word out to our community. Then we could have a workshop over there and clear up the muddy waters for our project out here. We'll get all them on board to assist us in our project.
Looking for Willie.
Willie's looking at.
Here it is.
What do you think?
I don't know if he's able to hear him.
Yeah, no, I think that, maybe we should all sit down and select board, look into the possibilities of what we can do with that. There's a lot, it goes every which way, so it's something that we have to look into.
All right. Anybody else?
One more thing, I was gonna bring our project to the commissioners meeting next weekend. I just wanted your guys blessing to present it, if anybody wanted to come with me to the commissioners meeting.
What project?
The school or the community's educational food forest, the citizens initiative that we're working on.
I guess I'm lost.
The permaculture, all the stuff all the stuff that I'm working
And you want us to do what?
to just acknowledge it so that we could get the ball rolling with the Maine School Garden Network. And
Well, like Willie said, we're gonna sit down and have a chat
okay,
and see if we can get things figured out, and then we'll move forward from that. The commissioners meeting next week.
yeah,
I don't think it's gonna happen before that.
that's okay. I'm gonna go and present. I was just hoping to get you guys on board. what was going on there. They already know, but I'm just getting the ball rolling.
Anybody else? No? Okay. All right, with the general assistance ordinance. Public hearing. Public comment is now closed. I'll make a motion that we accept this. Ordinance. Perfect. Yeah. Where's your signature page?
Thank you.
All right, if nobody has anything else, I make a motion, we adjourn. Second. I say it. Yes. Thanks, folks.
The only time I find that signature, so much of attention.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, quit.
Thank you, everybody.
Act like you're all tired. You ain't done shit all day. You got nothing all day. You bullshit. Whatever.
I gotta go and take care of my new.
You gonna do what?